Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing Saturday and a brilliant start to your weekends. Today guys, we're going to be going back to basics. We're going to be telling you to not bet against the trend. We're going to be pointing out what the trend is for Cardano. We're really going to be taking a look at some of the basics, taking a look at some of our price predictions, whether we still stick by them, where we think we are and what we think's to come. This is going to be a grounding video, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm noticing people having a lot of frustration with Cardano, and I'm not seeing that. From where I'm sat, things look fantastic. Things are rinsing and repeating. We're going to dive into our Elliott wave theory that we have in play. We're going to be looking at it from a number of different aspects, like for example, pointing out that Elliott wave theory is absolutely in play, and this gives us reason to believe that it's going to continue until we see something out of the ordinary to break this pattern, to invalidate it. We're expecting continuation, and we're going to show you that. We're going to bring up another number of points, such as the RSI, why this has or why this is credence to us and proof that we've mapped our Elliott wave theory out correctly. Because many people are looking and they're saying, okay, well, you know, is it potential that your third wave ended here and you're already on your fifth wave and you're already sort of getting through that? We're going to show you why that's not the case. We're also going to be looking at Cardano on more of an immediate time frame, because it is setting up for a breakout, ladies and gentlemen. It's already broken out, but when I say a breakout, I mean one with momentum. You're going to see a significant move to the upside in a short period of time. We are still absolutely anticipating that Cardano gets to its $7.50 to $10 price range within this year, if not by the end of the cycle. I do still believe that we are going to follow the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory to a degree. Whether we continue to do it after this year, I think we will, at the end of the year, into next year, start to see a sell-off. Whether it will be a 90 to 80% sell-off like the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory would have us believe is another story, and we'll cover that on another video. But I really just want to go back to basics in this video. I also want to really highlight the fact that price in terms of a fiat value is often a very poor representation of true value, unrealized value, potential value, things like this. And this is Amazon in the dot-com boom in the 1990s. This is it in the 2000s when it went from $107 to $7. Everybody was saying it was a dead project and to leave it alone. This is Amazon today, guys. Your $7 would have turned into $3,288. And this is what you have the opportunity to invest in. It's a chart that is going to look like this in the future. So we've got lots to cover. I also want to very quickly, but I'm going to do a lot longer video on it tomorrow, go over what's coming for Cardano, why the price is going to do exceptionally well, because this is the Cardano DeFi ecosystem. Very few, if any of these projects are running. These are coming this month into next month, and we're going to see a real DeFi winter for Cardano. And if we look at what happened with Ethereum, with DeFi summer, and what the price did in accordance with that, it did exceptionally well. And you're going to see the same thing mimicked on the Cardano blockchain. So that's lots to get through, guys. But really, we're going to be grounding you. We're going to be jumping into the charts. Now, I want to focus on the shorter term time frame. This is what you've had play out, ladies and gentlemen. Many people are saying that this is the inaccurate falling wedge because you should have drawn it where your last kind of high was. That's not the case. This is the falling wedge that we had set out for you. We said that this here was the breakout, and you were going to get a retest before your trend is then established. And that's what you're doing now, ladies and gentlemen. Falling wedge patterns are a trend reversal structure. It is very common once you break out of them that you come back to retest key levels of previous resistance that have now flipped to support before you confirm that trend, that uptrend. Can you see this? This is exactly what you're doing today, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly what you did over here, and there are plenty of examples of Cardano doing this. I mean, it's evident continuously. Your downtrend, you break that, come back to test a significant level. So your downtrend here, you come up, you come back to test a significant level of previous resistance that's now support before you then set that continuation up and you go on to put in new highs. And it takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of warming up before you see that real impulsive move. And I think that impulsive move is going to be very correlated with this area here, around about that 240 mark for Cardano, which is your kind of ceiling, if you will, of resistance. You can see that it did the same thing over here. We're going to quickly just analyze this, and what I'm really hopefully showing you here is that the trend has now reversed from a downtrending within that pullback to an uptrending market, and you don't want to bet against this until we start putting in those new lower lows and lower highs, new lower lows, and really going back to confirming the downtrend. You don't want to be sort of short in Cardano at this range. So this was our previous sell-off. We've covered it so many times on this channel now. We'll literally overlay the bar pattern and kind of zoom in on it just to show you just how similar these are. This isn't just a new feature for Cardano, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is a continuous pattern that plays out for ADA. It's not going to be 100% accurate with the... where are we? So this is obviously more of a drawn out pattern. Can you see this? So the common traits are you come down, you sell off, and you start to put in lower lows and lower highs. This is your kind of trend at this point. Can you see this? You put in a lower high and then you fail to put in a lower low. Also joining up with your falling wedge structure that you had broken out of to come back to retest. You then go on to start putting in higher highs and higher lows on a smaller scale. And then once you break this kind of more of a macro high and you put in a new higher high, you sort of battle with it, find that as resistance, you then go on and see that real impulsion with a real confirmation that the trend has reversed. And that's what you're seeing today, ladies and gentlemen. The trend has reversed, in my opinion. Can you see this? So this is your higher high, and then you've got a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You fail to make that lower low, and then you start putting in higher lows, failing to make a higher high. But in this trend, you're still putting in those higher highs and higher lows, bringing you up to this point here, and then you will see that break. That's what we're anticipating, ladies and gentlemen. Things look absolutely fantastic from where we are sat. I hope you're seeing this. I know it's very messy, but this is, I've been trying to drill this message home for a while now, because just like Amazon, when it's sold off, people lose interest, when really what you want to do is not take your eye off the ball. Cardano is doing magical things, ladies and gentlemen, not just on a financial level, on a social level, on an economic level, across the board. And it's times like this when the price is down that you really want to be seizing the day. Everyone kind of jumps in when the price is going parabolic or it's going up, and the hype's kind of surrounding it. But when the hype's not there is really when you want to be investing. That's when you'll make the best investment decisions. In a similar way to Bitcoin, the best time to invest was when nobody was really talking about it back here in the bear market. We will touch on Bitcoin in just a second, because Bitcoin's looking fantastic for continuation. You guys know that we've got targets for Bitcoin. Back to our Elliott wave theory. This is what we're following. We're following Elliott wave theory, and we're in our fifth and final wave. We've completed our two wave, in my opinion. We've put in that ABC correction that the two wave typically sees, and we're now embarking on our third wave within the fifth wave, which we think is going to be pretty spectacular and take you to around about $5 to $6 in a short period of time. How do we know we're following this? What would give us credence? Well, not only is it visually very clear, not only is there a visual, certainly if we drop it down to the daily, I mean the weekly shows it very, very well. If we drop it down to the daily, get a little bit more retail here, you can see the waves within the waves, guys. Can you see this? You can see these waves, and within these waves you also have waves, but we're not going to drop down to that. And this is the macro Elliott wave theory that we've got in play. Number of confirming things that these are the Elliott waves that we're following. If we look at the RSI, for example, you can very clearly see one wave, two wave, three wave, fourth wave tying up with our ABC correction over here, and then you're now just made your first and second wave within your fifth one, ready for that continuation. This is what we're yet to see, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say, it's times when the hype has died off that you really want to be investing. I mean, you can quite clearly see, we'll take this off, these waves at play here. One wave, two wave, one wave, two wave, three wave, four wave, and then fifth wave. This is what we're expecting. Until we break this, until something, and you can see very, very clearly, if you look at this over here, guys, and you take a look at what happened here, you're following this exactly. Let's maybe show you on here so that we don't have draws all over it. I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing here, guys. I mean, this video is really just about hanging in there. Because what's to come, it's going to have many people who are on the sidelines turning into believers. This is what cryptocurrencies does. You see this 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4th wave, and then you're now on your 5th wave. This is what's coming, guys, and you're setting up in the exact same manner. Can you see this over here? Let me get rid of these lines as well. Or we'll leave them on for the sake. Can you see this? You come up in your 1 wave, you come down, you pull back, and then you set up for your 3 wave. Come up in your 1 wave here, pull back in the exact same manner that you've done over here, ready for that 3 wave after your 2 wave. So this is what we're expecting. Things look absolutely fantastic. I think your 3 wave is largely going to have an element of DeFi involved in it, really driving the price. We've got a number of things going on a kind of cryptocurrency space level, with ETFs potentially being approved this month. Lots going on. I mean, Bitcoin is looking absolutely fantastic. We're in a number of patterns. We're in your head and shoulders, your reverse head and shoulders. We're also in your cup and handle. Things look absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an epic 3 months. And I want people to remember that. I know at the moment, price is somewhat stagnant. People are losing interest. But you really don't want to take your eye off the balls, and the worst thing you can possibly do is sell. You're in an uptrending market, guys. I mean, look at this. This is your low. Let's do it on this chart. This is your low here. You just put in a higher low. You failed to make a higher high. Then you put in a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, etc., etc. This is what you're looking at, ladies and gents. And now you've put in that higher high and that higher low, confirming a continuation bias, along with the Elliott wave theory, along with all the data that we've looked at on chain and off chain. Things are looking fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, and really this is the flow of money that you're witnessing into the crypto space. Somebody tagged me in this on Twitter. It starts with Bitcoin, then it trickles down to Ethereum, then larger caps, and then you have your kind of alt season, and it's the flow of money. People chase into what's pumping at what time, and it always starts with Bitcoin and trickles down. Common trait. It was a common trait for Cardano back here, ladies and gents. Wow, what a messy chart. It's a very common trait for Cardano back here, and you're doing the same thing today. It's setting up in the exact same manner. I mean, this, you can't really argue with what we're showing you here, ladies and gents. So here, Bitcoin had broken and put in a new high in this trend well before Cardano had, and it's doing the exact same thing today. It's lagging behind, and it will then play catch up. That is really all I have for you guys. I hope that has somewhat grounded you. If you're not already following me on Twitter, head over to @RealAllInCrypto. Things are looking fantastic, and remember that price isn't always the best representation of value. That is really all I have for you. We're super excited for what's to come. We know Emergo have launched the 100 million DeFi fund to really accelerate DeFi on Cardano. I think it's going to do fantastic on its own. It's going to be an epic 3 months. We're going to see a lot of coal being thrown on the fire with the DeFi space and what that's going to do for the demand of Cardano. Hodl those cryptos, guys. I'll catch you in the next YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents.